everybody. Hi. It's been a while. I was just realizing as I was posting all of my blogs that I have not done a pregnancy update since 21 weeks and I am now at 24 weeks. I cannot believe how fast this is going. I know you guys have seen videos between now and then. However, they haven't actually been videos strictly about my bump. So I thought what I would do, if you're following along with my blog spot as well, I will link it in the bar below or maybe put it up in the corner. I do post on there as well as I do have now a Twitter feed and excuse me for 1 second, a Twitter feed. So if you're interested in keeping up with some of my daily stuff, I'd be more than happy to share it with you as long as you just follow those things. Okay, so let's get right to it. 24-week bump. I will give you a little bit of a sneak peek in a moment as well. So how far along? Again, like I said, it's 24 weeks and we roll on a Wednesday. So I'm actually 24 weeks and 2 days. Total weight gain and measurements. I've gained about 13 or 14 pounds so far. That doesn't have to say that I hadn't gained about 10 pounds before I found out I was pregnant, or maybe those were like really early pregnancy pounds and I didn't realize. My waist measurement, Craig did it the other day, and I am 40 inches around. So things are getting big. I'm definitely larger than my husband's waist sizes now, but I'm really starting to notice the pregnant belly. When I'm lying on my back at night, it's getting quite heavy, and I'm starting to feel, you know, a little bit more challenge lifting up and bending over and all of those fun things that pregnant women experience when they change so fast. Okay, let's keep going. Maternity clothes. I've been living in tights and I've been living in tank tops, and that's not really abnormal for me. I'm, again, a yoga teacher, so I wear a lot of stretchy, tight-fitting clothes. What is nice, though, now is people can tell that I'm pregnant. And when you know, a few weeks ago, it wasn't that you couldn't tell that I was pregnant, but everybody was sort of the, oh, you know, are you, aren't you? And you know, especially if I had a cardigan or something on, they couldn't really tell. So now, you know, especially if I wear, you know, a tighter fitting tank top, you can see the bump. People know it's there, and they've actually been really lovely and very supportive and super excited for us. So that's really nice. The maternity clothes, I've also bought a few things because we did just go through the holidays. Today is January the 5th. So I did buy a couple of, you know, dresses and stuff for some outings and dinners and get-togethers. So I didn't have to wear tights and tank tops. And the place I've actually bought a couple of those things. Maybe I'll do a maternity clothes stuff because I know it's been really challenging in Kingston. I have literally like Time Maternity, Old Navy, which, I mean, really, I checked a couple of the thrift stores. They don't have a whole lot of things. I've bought a couple things on eBay, which was a big mistake. So I have purchased some maternity clothes, but mostly the ones that I've really liked have been from a company called ASOS, A-S-O-S, and I have ordered it online, and shipping was free over $100, so it was pretty easy, and the items were kind of priced along H&M. H&M actually has a little bit of a maternity section, so that's been nice. Stretch marks, no, if you saw my vlog before, I was talking about the Lush Therapy massage bar. It's really cute, it smells delicious. You can buy it at Lush. It's all handmade cosmetics and bath and beauty products. Everything is done with essential oils, and it's yum. Mostly cacao butter and delicious lavender and neroli oils and stuff. And they're only about 13 bucks. Sleep. I don't sleep very well, but when I do fall asleep, I'm out like a light. I have found in my pregnancy at the very beginning, I was sleeping early in the night. I go to bed at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and yeah, 7, crazy, eh? I would stay in bed and watch, you know, something on my iPad or something for a bit. But I'd be in bed at around that time because it just literally kicked my butt. I really, when people say you get tired when you're pregnant, holy Hannah, yes you do. After the first 3 months, I really went back to my old regular sleeping style, which was literally Nighthawk. I worked for many years as a bartender, and even when I was a child, my mother always used to say that I had my days mixed up and I was always afraid I was going to miss something. And yeah, but I have no problem sleeping in. So right now, my typical time is I'll go to bed around 1 o'clock in the morning, between 12:30 and 2 in the morning actually. And then in bed, I will toss and turn and watch YouTube videos or, you know, the TV series that I'm watching lately. Or read my book, and I typically don't end up closing my eyes till about 3:30 in the morning. I've been waking up at anywhere between sort of 9 and 10:30. Sometimes I've had a couple of sleeps where I've stayed in bed until 11. If I've woken up and I've been really tired, again, those would be the nights that I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I have experienced a lot of SI pain at night, and it's hard for me to move. I will link a bar where you can read about SI dysfunction, which I'm self-diagnosing myself with, but it's very common in pregnant women, and I know a lot of the girls at the studio experienced a lot of the similar symptoms, and I think it's due to being hyperflexible. So I've been working on some stabilizing stuff, some yoga postures like bridge pose, and hoping to sort of control some of the loosening that's happening. Not that I don't want it to loosen, it's just it's not allowing me to actually move. I have to move my legs and get up with, you know, moans and groans. So yeah, sleeping, I've been sleeping, but weird hours. Best moment of the week, there's been a few. Kieran's been moving around like crazy. Bigger kicks, bigger punches, maybe their punches. My friend Michaela, Craig, my mom have all felt the baby move. Jen felt the baby move. I experienced the first set of hiccups in the last few, in a couple of weeks. And that was funny. It's the best I could describe it is if you were to feel the pulsing at the back of your eye, it's that, but in your belly. And at first I was like, what is that? And then I realized, I was like, oh my goodness, the baby has hiccups. So that was really fun. The new year was great. We had some friends over. Holidays were wonderful with family. And I had a lot of time off over the holidays. I've actually been really sort of nesting. And I've been knitting, which is awesome. It's been super fun and really meditative for me. I have been getting a lot of stuff done at the studio, getting the website the way I want it to do, because again, I build website for Samatva, which is my yoga studios. I've organized some programs for January, including our new 30-day challenge. I've got that all advertised and out. Our mom and baby yoga program that we run. Obviously all the beginners series and our new schedule going into January. So all of that stuff done and check. I was able to connect with the social media world, which was one of my, we'll call it a New Year's resolution, because it was around that time that I was like, this is what I want to do for January and into 2013. So I could be more effective and efficient in documenting stuff at the studio and at home and for this channel. So I have blogs and Twitters and I have Instagram stuff going up now, and they're all linked and they're all mobile apped and everything is working. So hopefully this will be a lot easier for me to make videos and I can do them a little bit more consistently. Food cravings. Oh, I missed one. Missed anything? Yes, red wine over the holidays. I desperately missed you, my friend. I did treat myself to just a little little bit of bubbles at midnight. You know, an inch pour is all my husband would let me, which was fine. But yeah, I especially, you know, Jen was in from Banff, and I really, really missed having my glass of reds. Reds, notice how there's plural. But I can live with it. There was a girls' night that we had over at my friend Nancy's place, and I had some fake bubbles, and it was funny. I didn't really realize until everybody started to get a little bit, you know, conversations were making as much sense. Everybody's volumes were getting turned up a little. I was like, oh yeah, they're drunk, I'm not. So yeah, red wine. Food cravings. I have been craving chocolate, and I don't know if it's just because it's around, but I'm trying to be good. I don't think it's working very well though. I also have realized that one of my cravings was this East Side Mario's dressing in this restaurant. I don't know if it's actually in the States, but it's definitely popular in Canada. And it's an Italian restaurant, kind of, I want to say like the Olive Garden, although I think I've only been to the Olive Garden once, but it has, you know, unlimited bread and salad, that kind of a joint, soup and salad. So anyway, but they did this garden salad that the dressing is one of the few places that I just love the garden salad. So I was craving it, and I went into the grocery store one day. I pulled out my phone and Googled how to make the dressing. I bought all the ingredients. There was about 7 different spices. Came home, made it. It didn't taste like it. And then I found out that you can actually go to East Side Mario's and buy the bottled dressing. That's how good it is. They actually make it bottled. So, yeah, if you live in Canada, go to East Side Mario's and get the dressing. It's delicious. If not, then maybe check eBay. I don't know. But yeah, East Side Mario salad, I love it. I've had it a few times in the last couple of weeks. The other thing that I would probably say, my husband and I have been going to the Lone Star, which is a restaurant that does, it's like a Tex-Mex kind of place, but fajitas. I am a vegetarian. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I haven't eaten meats for 9 years. So I do the veggie stuff, but delicious. All you can eat chips and salsa. So that's been yummy. And yeah, those are mostly my cravings. I still love coffee. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have a sip before it gets really cold. Love it. Okay. Anything making you queasy or sick? No. No. I haven't been sick. I didn't get sick in my first trimester at all. I did have a day on a Monday, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago, that I'd gotten up in the morning. It was around this time, maybe, you know, 10 o'clock. I was having a sip of coffee, sat on the couch, and I broke out into the sweat and literally had to book it to the bathroom, and I got sick. And I was so tired that day. I slept all day long, and then literally the whole next day, I think I watched 2 movies, got my teachers, pardon me, to cover my yoga classes, and that was, I'm sure it was seasonal and nothing to do with the little munchkin growing in my belly. But no, nothing sick, nothing really queasy. Feeling pretty good and pretty strong. I was thinking that last night. I'm like, I'm kind of moving around like I'm not even preggo. Gender, no, we're not finding out. Baby's gonna be Kieran regardless, so we don't have to refer to it as just the baby. We've been calling it by Kieran. Both of us are kind of feeling it's a boy. I know I've mentioned that a couple times before. You know, a lot of people that we've talked to have said it felt like boy energy. I don't know if I can really tell. I was kind of confused when we changed the name, because initially the baby was going to be called Lachlan. And then we changed it to Kieran, and I'm not really sure if that influenced it, because we also pondered the name River. River was more of my girl choice and Lachlan was more of my boy choice, but they were also going to be unisex. So we chose Lachlan as the first baby, and then we were going to be like, okay, well, River will be the second baby. And then, so because of that default, I think we thought that it was more masculine. regardless. It's Kira now, not really sure. When we did go to the ultrasound at the 18 weeks, the first one wasn't complete. They couldn't see the face. They couldn't get a really good view of the umbilical cord. The one side of the limbs were all just sort of hidden up because the baby was just tucked right up into this tiny little ball. We did have to go back a week and a half later, and I totally forgot to tell the person that we weren't finding out what the baby was. She actually said, "Do you guys want to know?" And we're like, no. And she goes, "Okay, well, you want to look away now." And we're like, "Oh, really?" So I think if we're going to be influenced by that at all, we're also thinking it's a bit of a boy. So I may get totally messed up here because I'm going to go out and buy all these. I have bought things if I've had a hard time and it's been very either pink or blue, I have gone blue, but that's because I think it's really easy for a little girl to wear blue and it's not as easy for a little boy to wear pink. So either way, I don't care, and I'm happy. Labor signs, absolutely none, and I hope they don't come on anytime soon. This is the week though that if the baby were to be born early, that they have a really good chance of survival outside of the womb. So yay, we've made it this far. Symptoms, like I said, a little bit of SI joint stuff. I think I've been experiencing heartburn. I feel like late at night, my food is sitting like about here. A little bit of shortness of breath, not too much. I've noticed it coming kind of upstairs and such. What else did I have written down here? Nesting huge, cleaning and knitting, and Craig said that he's noticed me become very maternal, even to our dogs, which is kind of funny. I have ginormous breasts. My boobs are expanding, and it's the first thing that everybody comments on, and that's okay. I'm all right with it. The baby's not going to go hungry, and hopefully I don't have any problem nursing because I have full intentions of nursing for almost the first year. So I have gone from sort of a larger BC cup to I'm now starting to bust out of my D38 bras. So I need to go shopping. I'm up to the double D point. There's probably going to be a little room in them, but I have a feeling I will grow into it. I've got a few more months and all that milk coming in and stuff. So yes, I've been trying to do my best to take care of the skin around it, to keep it nice and taut up here and stretchable. So lots of moisturizing, lots of that Lush massage bar. But the girls, they've gone from a B to double D. Belly button in or out? In. I don't think it's going to pop out. I've got a pretty deep belly button. You'll see it in a moment. Wedding rings on or off? They are on, although I do have 2 bands around my wedding ring, and I have noticed that my ring isn't slipping any longer, and I've been getting a little bit of redness underneath where I think that the water is not drying. So they are getting tighter, that's for sure. Happy or moody most of the time. For the most time, I'm pretty happy. You might want to check in with Craig on that one though. He refers to my crazy moments as, "Oh my God, Jamie, Lucy was in town last night," and so it's like sort of our joke. He refers to me as Lucifer, which yeah, I totally deserve. It gets a bit crazy when I get hormonal. I'm looking forward to my midwife's appointment. I haven't been to my midwife's in about a month, and yeah, I really would like to get the checkup. I know I have to do the gestational diabetes stuff soon. I think it's between 24 and 28 weeks. I can't remember exactly when. So I think I'm due for some more blood work, which I absolutely despise. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to run through it fast, but this is something that I'm going to be doing on a weekly basis from now on. I found these questions online, and I think that they're pretty thorough, and obviously they gave me something to chat about. So check back to my blog again. It's oneurbanyogini.blogspot.com. blogspot.ca. Again, I've linked that below, and you can follow me on there. You'll always get information about when I post new videos as well. It's got a little YouTube ticker on there that you can see, and it's got some fun stuff on that blog, like, you know, books that I've been reading, books that I've recently completed. We're also going through, Craig and I are going to go through our sort of love story to catch ourselves up, and then my hope is to actually turn our blog into a book, where you know, maybe on it depends on how often I'm blogging, but maybe on a 6-month basis, I'll get my blog book published, just so that I can have a copy at home and I have something that's like coffee table material. But I'll do a video on some of these the book sites that I've been researching. Okay, let's check out the bump. Again, like I said, 24 weeks and 3 days. And I should turn this on to make sure that you can, I want to make sure you can see. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here's the belly bump. I gotta go teach a yoga class very shortly, so I'm on the wardrobe. Belly bump from the side. And from this side. And then here's my belly bump underneath. I don't know if you can see how big my boobs are. As I said, I also have to make some adjustments with, oh yeah, in the front. I have to do some, oh, my head's knocked off. I have to do some cleaning up around here. It's January the 5th and Christmas decorations are still up. That's why I decided to film my blog from, from this direction, because I love my Christmas decorations and they're coming down soon, so I wanted to give you a chance to see them. My puppies are doing very good. They're right here. There's a Bubby. This is Raymond. And this one is, oh, dramatic, but Earl. Anyway, okay. Thank you for joining me, and please be sure to subscribe. It's really important that you do subscribe to me. For me. Maybe not so much for you. But thanks for joining, and I will see you later on this week. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to go 1. I want to try and keep them as straight as possible. And 2. Intermittently, I'm just going to take this wax and give it a pour. Ooh. Be very, very careful.